Dylan Miller in the house. Welcome to the studio. It's FaceTime Friday. What's the hap?
How's it going?
I was practicing a cool
Hey.
intro. Good. What are you up to?
Not much. I just was doing some work on the computer and been kind of in and out of helping Katie with some house projects right now. We're at our new place. We've been here for a few months, so we're just doing a bunch of renos and stuff.
Yeah. So you're like the housewife. You do you sweep, and then she does like the drywall work and
Exactly, yeah.
all the heavy machinery.
Yeah, I just refer to her as my drywaller now.
You're like on the computer. Like, hey, it's a little rough over there. You might want to hit that spot once more.
Exactly. No,
Love it.
I was trying to do the call down to the dock there, but it was the Wi-Fi. I lost Wi-Fi signal, so I just went back up to the house.
It's all good, man. Um, Sweet. Well, yeah, it's been a while. I figured we would check in and see what's happening in the world of Dylan Miller. So you
Yeah.
got a new house. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you right
Yeah.
down the road from our boy Tony Iacone?
Yeah. I'm two doors down from him, so I'm really close to him on the same canal. So it's pretty sweet. Yeah, we sold our place. We sold our place like 8 or 9 months ago now in Claremont, and then we found a place that's like 15 minutes away from there, and it's sweet. Yeah, it's a nice upgrade from the last house. We got more property, and it's waterfront, so definitely really stoked. Always wanted a waterfront home. I'm
Dude,
definitely stoked.
me too. Congrats, you made it there.
And
Thanks.
now, total bonus. If you run out of gas, you can go siphon a little out of Tony's tank on the way out.
Yeah, I heard those boats have got a big tank, so I can just steal some from there. It's the last stop before the lake.
Yeah, I think
60 gallons. So just keep that in mind.
Nice. Yeah, that'll get me filled up for sure.
But he's probably got 5 gallons in there at a time if he's like me.
It's true. Classic
So
wakeboarder.
yeah, nice. How often are you getting out on the lake?
Pretty often, I guess. Not as much as I'd like to, just because we've been pretty busy on weekends with home projects and stuff. We're doing like a huge remodel on our on the master bedroom and bathroom. We moved the wall, so that was like a pretty serious project. And we were thinking about hiring people to do it, and then we ended up just doing everything ourselves.
Yeah.
So
If I lived in Orlando, I would try and hire you and Katie to do everything. Try and get you to move walls, build vans.
yeah,
It's
we've
a
learned.
pretty
Yeah,
all-star team there.
we try to be. Yeah, Katie's definitely keeps me busy. That's for sure. She's always down for a project. She wanted to get like for our bathroom. She wanted to get this really nice countertop, this like marble countertop, and then to justify the cost of it, she's like, "Oh, we'll just do everything ourselves." And so she did all the drywall to save money.
Perfect. So you can ball out on the countertop.
Exactly.
Nice. I love it. I love it. So what's up with the van life? You guys got a van right now, or you
No,
on the hunt?
we sold our van like I don't know now. It's probably like a month and a half ago. We sold our Sprinter that we had. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna invest that money into the house to try and upgrade it. And we did really good on that van. So we're probably gonna do it again in the future. But we got to just do one thing at a time. We're gonna try and get the
Yeah.
house done first, and then we might buy another van. And we're actually leaving for our wedding here like in a week and a half. So
Oh yeah.
pretty
Awesome,
stoked on
dude.
that. We're going on a trip to Grand Cayman Island. It's just my family and Katie's family, and then we've each got an older sister. And then we're
Oh,
headed there.
very. So super small in the islands, just the fam.
Yeah, we rented this sick oceanfront house, and we're just gonna go and chill there with our family for a week and a half. Katie and I are going 3 days early just to go chill at this hotel and kind of
Yeah.
explore the island a little bit. We've never been there before, so we're just gonna go
Dang.
and check it out. And then we're just staying at this really cool house that we got rented like from Airbnb. That's oceanfront, so we got the beach right in the backyard. It's pretty cool.
Sick. Shout out Airbnb.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Hook a brother
hey,
up.
actually, hey, while we're doing shout outs, we should probably try and find a buyer for the new van. So if anybody out there is looking for an adventure van,
Mm-hmm.
let Dylan know. He and his lady will hook it up, travel in it for 1 year, 6 months to a year, and then
Yeah.
you got a
Thanks.
perfect van ready to go.
Yeah, it's worked out good. We've done the same thing the last couple of years where we just build it and then use it. And if we ever have any problems with it, we obviously fix it. So Luckily, we haven't had any problems, so that's been a big plus. There's always a few little kinks to work out in van life, and that we actually lived in our van for a couple months before we found this house. So that was actually kind of cool. Katie was super sad when we sold the van. She was crying, and I was just more happy. I was also I wasn't really too worried. I was just like, we just made some money. I was like, I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not too worried about it. We can build
that's
another
a
one.
it's a pretty good test for wife material though. Is live in a van with her for 6 months or however many months, and if you still love each other and she misses the van, it's probably a good sign.
Yeah, yeah, she does miss the van. She still goes through. The people that bought that one were from Texas, and they both quit their jobs and are just completely like they're in their mid-20s and they're just retiring for a year and just going and
Oh
traveling with
wow,
they're just going with it. They've saved up money and they're just going to travel with their 2-year-old daughter, and they're just going all over the states in this van. So it was pretty cool.
sick.
Yeah,
So
so
the
they're
van lives on.
yeah, so yeah, we follow them on Instagram. Katie has a hard time watching it because she misses the van, but it doesn't bother me at all. I see it. I see them posting stuff all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, I got a couple questions for you.
All right.
Who's your favorite sender on Team Slingshot right now?
Sender.
Sender. These are the guys that boost. They go big. They charge the corners. Big kicker hits. Like a Dill Mill toe back 7 or a Dill Mill heel 9 kind of guy.
I don't know.
Those would be your sender moves.
I'm trying to figure out who's been sending recently. What's that? I'm blowing it because I can't remember his full name, but there's a kid from Italy that's done a couple like gnarly things off of.
Yes.
Is it Alejandro? Is that his name?
You're going to call me out on not knowing now either, but
Yeah.
he's been ripping.
Yeah.
And he looks like a younger Michael Bossini.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Man, I'm
I
blowing
remember.
it too. I remember a
I
couple
remember
clips
like
from him.
it's almost like a Moby Dick hit or something rad, like and super just different off the kick or like off the side of like a incline.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're thinking
Yeah.
of the same
Okay.
clip.
We are. That's
Yeah.
the dude ripping, sending it from Italy. Shout out. We'll tag him in the comments. How about that?
There we go. Sorry for not remembering your name.
Yeah, it's just because it's a foreign one that's hard for it. If it was like a John or a Todd, we would remember.
Yeah.
So,
I know what you mean.
all right, we'll tag him up. All right, how about your favorite jibber?
My favorite jibber. I mean, there's a lot of jibbers on the slingshot team. That's a tricky one.
It's mostly jibbers.
I don't know. Definitely always a really big fan of watching Cross ride. Cross is
Yeah.
he's just super technical and like I don't know, just the things he does always look great too. And so yeah, shout out Cross. He's always one of my favorite young
Yeah.
rippers to watch. Even though I guess he's not really a younger. He's definitely way younger than we are, but he's been around for a
Yeah.
while.
But now he's a veteran.
Yeah, he's a grown man.
Yeah, he's a man for sure. I don't think he has a beard yet, but I guess he's a man. But all right, how about your favorite solo graphic of all time?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd have to say probably I'm gonna pick two. My two favorites would probably be the T-Rex with we had that skeleton riding the T-Rex. I think
Yeah.
that was 4 years ago, and then 3 years ago we did the big bear, the for sure bear. That
Oh
West threw up.
yeah, with the red tail and the blue,
Yeah.
the red, black, and blue, the bear tip to tail.
Yeah, I was
That
really stoked on that one. And one of my favorite product images that ever of the board was that bear board. And when Garrett did our photo shoot like a few years ago, he took that shot in front of that alligator sign. I don't know, the light
Yeah.
was like insane. And
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
on the
yeah.
dock. It looked really cool.
All right, tell me about your new gig. You got a new gig going, right?
Yeah. So I
Slingshot for life, of course.
of course, yeah. I'm DFL. I'm down for life.
Yeah, down for
Um,
life.
but
But you got some new biz happening too.
Yeah. I recently took on a full-time role with Heyday with the Wakeboard brand. So got pretty lucky. Like I've been involved with them pretty much since they started. It used to be called Wake Tractor. I don't know. Some people know that, but
Yeah.
not everybody does. So that was started by like the old CEO and his son from Mastercraft, and they started up Wake Tractor, and then they sold it. Is in 2000, I think late 2016 or early 2017, they sold it to the Brunswick Corporation. So Brunswick owns like a bunch of boat brands like Boston Whaler, Sea Ray, Bayliner, Lund, Harris pontoons. They're the biggest boat builder in the States. But yeah,
Yeah.
they bought Wake Tractor, rebranded as Heyday, and I got involved. I met Ben Dorton at Surf Expo, like the year after, or like a few months after Brunswick acquired them or bought them or whatever. But yeah, I've been involved with them pretty much since the start. And it's been really cool to help them grow. And then a new opportunity popped up like four or 5 months ago, for me to get like more involved and take on like a full-time position with them to kind of help them just grow more and like help out with product design and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a dream scenario. I feel pretty fortunate to have this job, but I can, yeah, I'm actually getting really involved with like the design of the boats. We're gonna be working with the engineers a lot and the people that source all the products, like all the different things that we use inside of the boats. So it's been a huge learning process the last little while, just like seeing like all the different moving parts of a boat brand. But it's been really cool though, and I'm definitely stoked on it.
Yeah, dude. Well, sick. Congrats. It's pretty
Thanks.
rad to be able to stay in the industry and potentially go out on the boat and say you're working. So,
Yeah,
um,
that's a big plus.
I dig that. I dig that, man. Well, that's
Yeah,
awesome, dude. I actually learned to wakeboard behind a Lund aluminum fishing boat. It was like
nice.
maybe 13 feet long with a 25 horsepower
Yeah,
Johnson motor, maybe.
yeah.
And my brother and I would ride that thing, and literally we rode it until we were too heavy that when you throttled it, the boat would just go left and right, like it couldn't go forward because your board was too big of.
Yeah.
So we'd be like kind of like working it until you could get the board on the surface, and then it would be
That's
like
awesome.
it would
You're
take
able to
off. So
you can steer the boat as the wakeboarder behind it just by pulling it in different
totally, yeah,
directions.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So those are some good old days, some really
yeah.
fun days of wakeboarding. So Lund has a special place in my heart.
That's
Um,
cool. Hell yeah.
nice. All right,
Yeah.
okay, a couple more things for you. What about
hmm
favorite slingshot trip you've been on?
Oh man, I got to like pretty fortunate. I got to go on so many trips with Slingshot. The the lip smack trip that we did in Europe was pretty insane. That one,
Yeah,
that one's in top three. And then the motorhome trip we did out to Shredtown for 2000. I don't know what year that was. Was that like
15,
2015?
2015, from Orlando to Shredtown.
That's in the top three.
You were riding the green Reflex with the maroon Shredtown boots.
Yep, yep.
Yes, sir.
That was one of my favorite looking setups that Slingshot's ever made. That
That was
setup
a
looked awesome.
that was a really good one, and that was right when I started getting used to seeing a skinny stance. I was like, man, okay, maybe that is okay. It's kind of cool. We were all riding the 145 back then. That was like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't know, it's a little big, but we'll try it.
yeah. That was like the year after that I started rocking like a skinnier stance because I think 2 or 3 years before that was that all wood. It was like half wood, half black reflex with the purple
Yep.
font on it. And like that year I was riding the 146. I think was the biggest
Yeah.
reflex or no, not reflex. That was the recoil.
Recoil. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And it
biggest.
was crazy wide. The
Yeah,
146 was like crazy wide.
it was like a full sheet of plywood. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that thing. But yeah, I was riding that thing all the way out, and then like a couple years later, it's like slamming the stance all the way in.
That's awesome. Hell
Yeah,
yeah. And then
those trips though. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which I probably would put that motorhome trip was pretty insane. So I'd have to put that one as number
that was pretty
one.
fun.
And then
Yeah.
the lip smack trip to Europe was like Ollie, Nate Perry, who else was on?
Yeah.
It was you. That
Yeah.
trip was insane.
Steph and Manu Rupp joined us.
Yeah.
You remember the rubber attachment for your iPhone on that trip that you had?
Yeah, that was sick. It was a one of a kind attachment. I don't know if they make those anymore.
That's a if you know you know
Yeah.
moment. And if you
Oh
don't
man.
know, go watch Lip Smack. It's on our YouTube,
Yeah.
and you'll find that clip in there somewhere.
We had way too much fun with that rubber attachment for the
That
iPhone.
was one point it was stuck on the window. It was like, bzzz. Oh, it was
Man,
so
I forgot
good.
about that. Yeah, that was good.
Good time. And we remember we went out to that party. Actually, this is the first time um, what was the girl's name? Cosima Giemza.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
remember that.
then Daniel was the guy working for Slingshot Europe. And I remember we ended up going to like some rave party.
That was
Um,
insane.
and then we were there, and Daniel was like the flashing lights and his twisty mustache. He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, how's it going?" It was
Uh,
just that's like my memory of Daniel. And then I remember like jumping the fence to the cable park and sleeping.
oh
What
yeah,
park was? Do you remember what park that was? They had a really sick, huge wooden like patio over the water, and we all slept on like we slept in the VIP section on the
yeah,
patio furniture.
yeah. That was in Hamburg, I think, right? And then
Yeah,
that
Hamburg.
night, that night before that, we went and we had never seen a red light district before, so we went and cruised in there. And
Yeah,
Ollie and I got
you guys
like
got stuck.
we got lost all on our own, and then we we ended up finding. I lost my wallet. I left my wallet in the cab. We finally got a cab to bring us back because we couldn't figure out what the name of the cable park is. We forgot the name of the cable park that we were staying at or the address.
Oh
Or
my
we knew
gosh.
it. We
Yeah.
knew the name of the cable, but the dude had no idea what we were talking about. And we didn't get back until like right before sunrise, and everybody's sleeping on like bean bags and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
And then the sun came up like an hour after we went to bed, and then kids camp started. They're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, there's Team
this is
Slingshot
great.
over there sleeping on the beanbags." Uh,
That was
man,
so.
that was
Yeah,
great times. Now I'm gonna watch Lift Smack again and
yeah.
laugh through that one.
Try and live through that again.
Um,
Yeah,
dig it.
that rave party that we went to, though I remember that was like in that like an
It's like an
industrial district, and we just
yeah.
went in this elevator at the bottom floor, and then I remember it just kept on getting louder the higher we went, and
Yeah.
you could just hear it as you go up,
And
and
then
we're
the
like, where?
elevator door opens and Daniel's there. Hi.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was hilarious.
That was a
Nice.
good time.
I dig it, dude. Well, I think we've crushed this. What let's end with your current setup. Current slingshot setup. What you running?
My setup, I'm riding the big boy, the Solo 54, and I'm using the Space Mob bindings. So I just like
Very nice.
those bindings are my go-to. I like all the other bindings too, but I really like having the liner separate. You can just tighten them. It feels like a sock inside of a shoe to me. I love the way they feel. So that's my
Yeah.
go-to. I do like
Oh yeah.
the smaller board too, the 150, but the 54, I don't know. It's just all terrain. It's great for boat and it's great for cable as well. So that's my go-to.
And it's a sender.
It is a
Good
sender.
for good for big air. Lots of traction. Hard landings.
Yep. Big
Hell yeah.
fan.
Nice, dude. Well, that's gonna do it. Thanks for joining. Stoked on the update. Congrats on the new job.
Thank you.
And slingshot for life, like you said. So I'm stoked
You
to
know it.
see you soon and take a rip behind the boat or on the cable wherever I see you.
Definitely.
And that's a wrap on FaceTime Friday.
Later. Hey, safe travels.